Hello people, how is everyone? Well, today basically I'd like to do a little video about travel and the whole concept of travel. Basically, have you had many opportunities in your life to travel? How many countries have you been to? Is there anywhere you'd like to go? This video is just about the concept of travel in general. I've been quite fortunate. I'm from the United Kingdom, as you know by now, and I've been pretty well travelled within continental Europe, by which I mean mainland Europe. And I've also been to North America. So just listing the countries that I've been to outside the United Kingdom is the Republic of Ireland, Canada, the United States, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Austria, the Czech Republic, Greece, Turkey, Italy, and I think I may have been in the Vatican State. So that's quite a number of countries. I think altogether that's 12 sovereign states outside the United Kingdom. And that isn't including the home nations within the UK, Scotland, Wales, England and Northern Ireland respectively. So I think I'm quite fortunate. I've seen some great cities, seen some beautiful sights. One of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen was Niagara Falls. I'd really recommend that. Yeah, that was very impressive. And just being between the US-Canadian border. Just in case anyone's wondering, within the United States, I visited Pennsylvania. I was staying with my family. This was a long time ago, when I was only 13. Near Gettysburg, the famous battlefield, but we had an opportunity to travel around. We were in New York State, West Virginia, but we were staying in around Gettysburg in Pennsylvania. Canada, we went into Niagara Falls city itself, which is a little bit like Las Vegas. It's very bright, very commercialized, but the falls itself are definitely worth visiting, so I'd highly recommend that. Basically, within Europe, I've seen some great cities. I've been to Paris, Berlin, Prague, Vienna. I'd recommend all of them, of course, but Vienna is a beautiful place. Friendly people in Vienna, in my experience. Been to Amsterdam. I've been to Rome. Rome's fantastic. Lot of history, of course. I find Rome's busier than both London and Paris. It's a smaller city, but there's more of a concentration, I find, of tourists in a relatively small area, as opposed to London or Paris, which are much bigger cities, and they have lots of tourists as well, of course, but Rome is more concentrated, I think. Very crowded streets, stalls everywhere. I think I visited the Vatican. I saw Pope Benedict XVI give a papal address. That was definitely worth seeing. I'm not a Catholic, but still something worth seeing. I think, yeah, so I'm pretty well travelled within North America. Baltimore was a big city I saw, but I was a child at the time, so I don't remember things too well. I won't say too much about London or Paris, because I think not in this video, because they're very widely known cities, and basically I'd just be in some ways adding things that people already know. I can talk about the Arc de Triomphe and within London the Houses of Parliament and that sort of thing. I think it's a bit of a cliche. They're both great cities, but that's Belgium. I visited Brussels. I visited the European Parliament. My local MEP was actually kind enough to invite me and a group of other people to the Parliament in Brussels. Britain's a member of the European Union, which is a very divisive subject, but that's for another video. What else can I say? I've also, not just big cities, I've visited more rural areas as well. I've been to provincial France. I was in Le Mans, which is a medium-sized city, we could say, staying with some friends there, and that part of France I found was quite attractive. Beautiful countryside around there. Yeah, so Let me know where you've visited, how many countries you've visited. I'm quite interested generally. I'm 27. I've been to 12 countries. A lot more places I'd like to see. I feel I've been quite fortunate. In some of those countries I've visited twice. I feel I've been quite fortunate. Not everyone has an opportunity to travel that much. So I do feel like I've been fortunate. But there's a lot more places I'd like to visit. I sort of see travelling as an achievement in a way. If you can do it, I would certainly recommend take up that opportunity. Learn about other countries, learn about other cultures. Just generally try and take in the experience. Yeah. So tell me where you've been, which sovereign countries, and where you would like to go. I'll just tell you where I would like to go. I'd love to visit China, People's Republic of China. It's a country I'm fascinated by. And that's it really. I'd love to go to China. Now I'm an English teacher. I may make another video based more on that. But yeah, China's high on my list. Southeast Asia, maybe Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia. Any of those countries would be appealing to me. Japan, love to visit Japan. South Korea. A lot of British people go to Australia, and I'd like to see Australia, but it wouldn't be at the top of my list on the grounds that I feel culturally they're not that different from the UK. People say, oh, we're going to Australia, but it's culturally I think there's quite a lot of similarities. So I'd rather go to a country with a completely different culture if I'm going to go that far. And that's no disrespect to Australia. I think Australia's a great country. I'd like to see it, but apart from the weather, I don't really think there's a huge amount of difference. I'd like to visit Mexico. I think that's quite an interesting country. Not very safe at the moment, but at some stage I would like to visit Mexico. One ambition would be to visit every country on earth. Clearly right now there's some places that are difficult to travel to, which is quite sad really, because for instance Iraq, with its ancient history, I think would actually be a very interesting country to visit. Egypt would be a very interesting country to visit. Iraq's still unstable, and Egypt is a bit uncertain at the moment. But apart from the soaring temperatures, which I would find a little bit challenging, I think I'd really like to visit those countries. I mean, I once got sunstroke in Greece. Yeah, very much so. So it's I'd like to experience that basically. And okay, I'm just messing with the graphics here. This is a new laptop, obviously, so just bear with me. Yeah, so I'd like to visit. I can't get rid of this now. So there we go. So basically, yeah, where would you like to visit? Where have you visited? Maybe give me some reasons. Tell me something you liked about some of the places you've been to. Maybe some people you've met. Maybe you've met friends. I've been fortunate in that I've got friends from all over the world. So I've always had a point of contact wherever I've travelled. Yeah, that's it really. So Russia, I'd like to visit as well. And there's a lot of countries I'd like to visit, but a big barrier at the moment is money. I simply can't afford the flights. And with travel, there is some things which I'm less keen on. Sorting out visas, the whole process of booking into an airport, all those sort of stresses. I'm not that fussed on that. I like flying. I do like flying, but not some of the hassle around it. And linguistic barriers, obviously, I always make an attempt when I'm abroad to try out the local language of that particular country, but it can be challenging sometimes. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think. I'd like some nice ideas, absolutely. So, yeah, let me know your experiences, where you'd like to see, things that you enjoyed. Okay, thanks a lot. Good night.